people of Iowa and New Hampshire and South Carolina have spoken, and I really respect their decision. So tonight, I am suspending my campaign. Yeah.
Yep, he sure did. Did that surprise you? Jeb Bush suspended his campaign over the weekend, leaving 5 candidates left in the Republican race for the White House. As we head into the Nevada caucuses today, Kristen was just talking about that, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, they are in a virtual tie. So who is most likely to get Jeb Bush's votes? Here to weigh in for us, Lee Carter, political pollster and partner at Medlansky and Partners. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate your insight.
Yeah, love being here.
So Bush dropped out. And we're headed to Nevada, and there's a virtual tie, as we said, between Rubio and Cruz. Who gets Bush's votes?
I think there's a lot of people who are saying there's a split here, and so it's going to be meaningless. He's got somewhere between 5 and 7% of the votes right now. So where are they going to go? I think that they're going to go to Rubio. And part of it is because I think people that were supporting Jeb really wanted Trump not to win. And so if you're deciding between Kasich and you're deciding between Rubio and some of the others, I think you have to say, well, where is my vote going to count? Where am I going to put momentum? Momentum has to go to Rubio because ideologically, you're somewhere between Rubio and Kasich if you were to win. But I think that they're really going to want the win. And remember, this is a caucus. And so caucus is about momentum. So it's going to be where the people are. And there's conversations that happen. So I think a lot of his votes in Nevada are going to go to Rubio.
And then what about those candidates who are refusing to drop out of the race so far? We have Carson and we have Kasich, and they're just at single digits.
They are at single digits. Now, Kasich is at about 9. We've got Carson at the last poll in Nevada is about 5%, 5 or 6. So now we're looking between these candidates. We've got about 20% of the vote, and that's how Trump is ahead. So if these 20% go one way or the other, it's really going to have a big impact. What we need to have happen here, if Trump is not going to be the candidate, is we have to get this down to a 2-man race. A 3-man race is not going to be enough because right now we're going to see a third. So if those candidates don't drop out, and look, I mean, there's people who say Carson's votes are going to go to Cruz, Bush's votes are going to go to Rubio, Kasich's will likely go to Rubio. It's going to make Rubio a really, really good contender. Momentum matters a lot because people like to go for the underdog. They like to go for momentum. They like to see the support, the groundswell. So Rubio, if he plays his cards right, and he has to do everything right, he cannot have another New Hampshire moment. Or else he's going to have a real hard time.
And speaking of momentum, can he build off of this latest dirty tricks exit polling that's come out that said, the campaign that's with the dirtiest tricks is Cruz's campaign, I think by 33%. So Rubio can build on that as well.
Absolutely. I think one of the worst things that a candidate can have right now is a lack of trust. We're seeing that on the Democrat side with Hillary. The lack of trust is really hurting her. She was an heir apparent. Now she's got a lot of questions about her. Cruz was really, really strong. He was seen as a leader, but people had some questions about whether or not they could trust him. These things are eking away at him. And now to have this happen, that his campaign manager was forced to resign, there's not only just the question, it's now there's evidence to say there's some foul play there, which is going to make, I think, a lot of people who are supporting Cruz soften.
But why is it that it would affect or impact Cruz, but yet you have Donald Trump, who's actually ahead of him in that exit poll with, I think it was 39% in terms of people that don't trust him or think that his campaign is dirty politics or dirty tricks as well? But it doesn't impact him.
It doesn't impact him because the people who support him. And one of the things that people say about Trump that they love is he says what he means what he says, he's authentic, he's real, he's true. People who don't like him say I don't trust him. But everybody who's behind him is like, this is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. So your prediction for Nevada?
I think we're going to see Trump win big numbers, but I think Rubio is going to perform a lot better than expected, and I think we're going to see Cruz is going to have that continued momentum down. So I expect Rubio to come in second.
And anyone drops out afterwards?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You think that they'll stick around?
I think they're promising to stick around. I don't see Carson dropping out. He said he's not going to. Why would Kasich drop out before he goes to his home state?
Of Ohio, March 15th, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, we'll see what happens, and we will have you back for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.